time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on this. All right, thanks, D.A. Well, the Philadelphia 76ers overseeing one of the most drastic and methodical rebuilds in NBA history over the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, and you know, they set league records, guys, for losing along the way. And eventually, amidst the league-wide criticism, ownership decided to change course and shake up the front office. You know, it's easy to find fault with the process, but it is true the team is in a better position now than it was back in 13.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. They've got Malone. Cheeks is out there with Tony. Then there's Irving. And it's Barkley in at the 4 slot. 5 to shoot. Tries from 16. And he's able to get it back. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. So it's Philadelphia now. Screen by Malone. Outside Irving. Tony kicks to Malone. 2 seconds left. He lays it in. Malone's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the 76ers. Picked by Cummings. Moncrief dishes to Cummings. In the corner, Pressey with it. Passes it to Lister. And finished off by Lister.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
Fields the pass to Moncrief. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
Stolen away.
Ill-advised pass on that one, guys. I mean, he had to know there was a man there in position to get that turnover.
And Pressey gets it to go. Pressey's got his first basket of the night.
And, you know, Sixers head coach Brett Brown, an assistant coach in San Antonio for over a decade, helping them win 4 NBA titles. Pretty drastic transition going from coaching one of the winningest teams in the league to one that's really struggled.
And Champ gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
They've had a cold start so far, just 1 of 5 from the floor here early.
And the Bucks making a change here. Hodges checked in. Here's Moncrief using his post move to get the 2 points. And you talk about the Sixers struggles over the last 3 seasons. Brett Brown understood some of what he was getting into.
And, you know, guys, I think he understood what the landscape was. He has no regrets, but you look, he ranks among the lowest winning percentage among coaches with over 100 games coached in league history. But I think his focus was on the rebuilding process. He knew it was going to be hard, probably harder than he thought it would be. But I just hope that stigma of this losing doesn't unduly hurt his coaching career and that he actually is able to reap the benefits of a tough start to his coaching career.
Bucks leading by 4. He dishes it to Cummings. And the jam by Terry Cummings.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now.
But you know what? You don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up. You got to be mindful of that.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. And the 76ers with some changes. Johnson, he's checked in for Barkley. Jones comes in for Tony. And Threets subbed in for Cheeks. 50 seconds left in the first quarter. Pass to Johnson to end the drought. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Johnson's got his first basket.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Out to the right wing.
Oh! Oh, man! He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime.
And why not? A little salt in the wound. The more plays they make like that, the the more they'll have these guys reeling and on the ropes.
Count that one.
You know, the teardrop sometimes is one of those, oh no, oh no, oh yeah shots.
Pass to Hodges. Moncrief El-Cid with it. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. 7 seconds left to play here in the first. Lets it go with a three. And Jeff Teague good for three.
If you give Teague enough room out there beyond the arc, he won't hesitate to make you pay.
And released it in time, but it's off the mark. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. The Bucks on top, leading by a point. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Bucks.
With the aggression they're showing early on, I mean, they're driving it to the hoop with authority and force.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
Milwaukee in the lead. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So on the floor for Philadelphia, Freet is out there with Irving. Then it's Jones. Then it's Johnson. And it's Johnson in at the 5 spot. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
And last season, Jason Kidd had to have hip surgery, which caused him to miss a large portion of the season. Casual fans, I think, why can't he just sit and coach? There's a physical toll to coaching, as we all know.
Absolutely there is, guys. I mean, constant moving and traveling, engaging in practice, film watching, which requires a lot of sitting. I mean, coaching an NBA team is very stressful and demanding. And hip surgery, any type of surgery for that matter, can definitely have an impact on your ability to perform as a coach. I'm actually glad to see Jason Kidd fully recovered and back to coaching his team.
Hodges against Tony. 6 to shoot. Here's Brewer, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And Philadelphia gets called for the foul. The Bucks shooting their first free throws of the night right here.
And clearly the Bucks, one of the more youthful teams in the league. The players they plan to build around have a few years before they're even in their mid-20s, so a bright future. I mean, their youth can be good and bad. It kind of cuts both ways during the season.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Cummings, he's checked in for Cliff Alexander. Plus he comes in for Hodges. And it's Moncrief in for Dunleavy.
How about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
And the basket by Johnson. And with the double-edged sword of youth, the Bucks have just been trying to focus on getting better and growing their talent the last year or two.
And I like that approach. I think it's the right approach to take with a team like this. Getting them to learn what it takes to be a consistent player in the NBA is huge. I mean, letting them come together organically and having leaders emerge has been part of the process. It takes a little longer that way, but I think it is more of a solid foundation when you start competing in playoff basketball.
Cheeks kicks to Barkley. Kept alive. Second shot opportunity. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. This is his first free throw of the game. First one falls for him. Well, you look at the length in the hands of the players in the Bucks roster. They can absolutely hound you on the defensive end. Force a lot of turnovers when they crank it up.
Tell you what, there are very few teams, guys, that have the combination of length and speed that the Bucks possess. And because of that, they can pressure teams into turnovers at a high rate. And when they do that, they're at their best defensively.
Cheeks kicks to Johnson. Dishes to Barkley. That one falls, coming off the Johnson feed. And it's 6 points for Champ.
I really like the fact that he's getting the touches he needs here after not scoring a single point in that first quarter.
Moncrief, the pass to Lister. Excellent D there by Johnson.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. It's Fields on the wing, defended by Barkley. Fields dishes to Cummings. Good on the bucket. Cummings got 6 points.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Kicks to Barkley. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. You're much better off making him go to the line.
The 76ers making a switch here. Malone's checked in for Kristich. Jones comes in for Johnson. Irving's checked in for Tony. And Threets subbed in for Cheeks. Cummings kicks to Moncrief. Cummings passes to Moncrief. 4 on the shot clock. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Here's Fields. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. 76ers trailing, and it's stolen by Moncrief. And the layup falls. He's got 6.
A really strong second quarter in terms of scoring the basketball.
Boy, with 2 fouls now, he really has to be disciplined and under control for the rest of this half.
For Philadelphia, they have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
And guys, those numbers represent a nice step up from what they were last year.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Yeah, I don't think it's an accident that aggressiveness correlates with playing better. So the aggressiveness is starting to pay off.
Here's Cummings, and he uses the glass on the layup.
You don't need much range to hit from that distance, Kevin.
And we're through the first half of basketball here in what's been a good one. Bucks lead by 4. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, friends and neighbors. Along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. Time for the NBA Halftime Show on a competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. The biggest lead they were able to get out to during the first period was 6 points. They battled hard in the second quarter, and it was reflected on the scoreboard. Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks' first half?
Well, I think to shoot a high percentage, your offense has to be in sync. And in the first half, those guys were sharing the basketball, playing for each other. Now it becomes a matter of being consistent at it.
And over to Shaq. What did you think about Philadelphia?
Well, Ernie, I'm not even a player anymore, but I'm not happy with the soft defense they had. Full of holes, allowing over 60% shooting, ridiculous fellas. It's amazing that they're still in this game. I think it's going to come down to how bad they want it. I even want it. Ernie, sign me on a 10-day contract right now.
And that about wraps it up, as the second half is just moments away.
Welcome back to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The buildings of downtown reflecting off the gentle waters of beautiful Lake Michigan. And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now.
Take a look at what Cummings done. He has 8 points, and when it comes to rebounding, he's had a nice night there, too.
He's not afraid to mix it up there in the middle, getting in there and doing a lot of the dirty work.
They've got Dunleavy. Cummings is out there with Lister. Then it's Pressey, and it's Fields in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Jason Kidd. 2 on the clock.
Well, he bailed him out with that foul. The shot clock was running low. He should have just held his ground and played straight up D and challenged the shot.
Moncrief, he's checked in for the Bucks. Hodges comes in for Pressey. Dunleavy kicks to Moncrief. Here's Hodges. And a miss there on the triple. The 76ers trail by 4.
Well, in the NBA draft, there's a train of thought that you draft for talent, not for need. The Sixers adhered to that and created a bit of a logjam at the center position as a result.
And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
And for the Sixers, a lot of talent in the front court, but you knew the time would come where they need to balance the roster.
Exactly. I mean, with Okafor, Embiid, and Noel, all natural centers, come on, just not enough minutes for all of them. And when you box yourself in like that, it can make it tough sometimes to get the value you'd like to get in a trade.
Now the dish to Irving. Looks for Barkley, gets it to him for the lead, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Barkley's got 5 points in the quarter.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Over to the wing. Hodges the pass to Moncrief. He kicks it to Dunleavy. Fires from deep. Nailed from three-point land. Dunleavy's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Cheeks. Defended by Dunleavy. The pass to Irving. Barkley against Lister. And it's Barkley missing.
You love the closeout on that possession.
Excellent defense, active, and he made it a very tough shot for him.
Passes it to Lister. Here is Hodges. Malone with the block. Cheeks against Cummings. Here's Tony. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. Tony's got it all tied up now for the 76ers. Now Dunleavy. Inside, Lister, and finished off by Lister.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Here's Barkley again, Philadelphia.
Man, he is just really in a flow right now. That field goal percentage has gone through the roof.
In the corner, it's Dunleavy. Cheeks kicks to Tony. Here's Malone, and the 76ers tack on 2 more.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
I tell you what, any team will take that. I mean, if you're shooting over 50%, that means you're getting the kind of looks you want on offense, and you're being smart about it, and you're knocking down the good shots that you get.
To the inside. Poke loose. Cheeks kicks to Irving. Knocks down the 10-footer. Irving's got his second basket of the game.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Cummings inside, working on Malone. Pass to Lister. Here's Cheeks, looking for his first basket still in this one. 1 second left. Off target with that shot. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. 76ers on top, up by 4. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. So it's Philadelphia now. 4-point game. And so in the game for the 76ers, Jones is out there with Johnson. Then there's Threet, and it's Malone, and it's Irving in at the 2 guard. Cummings grabs the board.
Major defensive lapse right there. He's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Pass to Lister. To the paint.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. My goodness. And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long?
Boy, that was a great dunk, and we've got a great game here.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
A different look for Milwaukee. West is checked in for Lister, and Cliff Alexander subbed in for Cummings. 6 on the shot clock. It's deflected. And here comes the break. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Philadelphia.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
And there's the feed to Johnson. Got a piece of it, but he stays with it. In the corner, Irving with it. Fields with the steal. Irving with a clean look. The putback doesn't get it to drop for him. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. And Fields kicks to Pressey. West a screen on Irving. Pressey dishes to West. And the dunk by West. Either team here in the fourth generating a lot of separation.
Yeah, it's been a close one. 5 times the lead has switched hands thus far.
Out of bounds, Milwaukee takes possession.
You know, that's hard to explain that way. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did.
And some changes here for the Bucks. Lister comes in for West, and it's Cummings in for Cliff Alexander. From 12 feet out, and again, it's Milwaukee converting. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
The offensive rebound. That one doesn't go.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
Here's Jones, and it's slammed in by Jones.
And Teague knew that he would be open there. Great patience and vision from the point man.
Pressey passes to Moncrief. Feeds it to Fields. And taken away by Johnson. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That one on Cummings.
Yeah, the defender all over.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
Guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen from Milwaukee?
And they haven't been pushed around in the paint at all in this game. They have been the...
Look here, guys. This is what we live for. We have battled all night, and now it's crunch time. Everything is going right for him on the perimeter. Let's smother him and take away those easy looks, right?
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in to what Jason Kidd went over with his team. And he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I want you full speed, guys.
We've seen some great competition in this one.
Yeah, 7 already in the game, and I think it shows you how well these two teams match up with one another.
That one goes. Count it.
That's a brain freeze right there from the entire defense. Now is not the time to lose your focus.
Well, I think you
you got to give the offense some credit there. I mean, good instincts, understanding what the defense was giving them, and then taking advantage of it. That's what a good offensive player does.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And Philadelphia making a change here. Tony's checked in. And he ends up missing both free throws. In the corner, Irving with it. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. This is to Barton. A fadeaway. Got a piece of it. And he recovers it. 46 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Nails it.
Oh, that's the shot of the game.
Well, he was fearless enough to get it up and down, and it paid off for him.
And the 76ers call time here. They're behind by 1. 43 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And it's the 76ers with the ball. And an air ball on that one. Way off. I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
Moncrief kicks to Cummings. They double him with Irving. Down low. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Irving with the steal. Tony the pass to Cheeks. Screen by Malone. Here's Barkley. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot. No good. So a close game sees Milwaukee taking this one. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's gonna happen. How is this thing gonna play out?
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith. You know, tonight he put up his high for the season. Found his rhythm, never let up. Just a terrific scoring effort all the way around.
I know a thing or two about high field goal percentages, and his was insane tonight. Tells you about the quality of the looks he was getting. But even when the shot was contested, he still found a way to get it to go. Excellent game tonight.
His points in the paint were a big factor for them tonight. He consistently took it to the rack. Relentless.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports.